bottom. Whoop. Wait, stop it. What are you doing? Stop it. No, stop fighting me! No! Okay, there we go. It was June, I believe. Towards the end of June. That I saw it. I thought it was in July, but... Here it is, yes. Okay. Hello everybody, my name is AustenTaste24, and welcome back to another small Pokemon Masters EX update video or something, which is weird because I don't really cover the game too much. I've recorded a bunch of stuff for it, including the anniversary back in February, and it's been almost 6 months now, and it's almost the yearly anniversary, and I still haven't uploaded it! Just because of how complicated that stuff is. But there are Masters videos coming at some point in the future. But this is a different kind of update. I would have loved to get them. Unfortunately, I don't really need a water support, and this is just not a good unit. It's not. With how it's built, it's super strong, but it's very, very situational, and it seems very, very tricky to use. I don't think it would actually be usable in any of the difficult game modes. But I like Arizu and Akari, but I don't have enough gems for them either, sadly. Plus, I should be saving up for the anniversary. I was saving up for the anniversary, and then Entei and Raikou dropped, and then I got goofed on that a little bit. And then... Alright, anyways, that's not what it is about. Some coming changes have been announced. In late January, a major update will be added to make the game easier to newer players, including new content added to existing content adjusted. We don't know what that means as of yet. Due to this, in late September, the Battle Villa and Main Story Hard will be discontinued. I have grievances with this, but let me finish reading. This is the big reason why I'm doing the video. The Battle Point system, the BPs, that's how you get certain characters like, the Battle Shetlands, Evelyn and Morgan and all them sisters, Dana, the other one, Nina, is that her name? Psycho little sister that's always smiling, and then there's one dialogue where she's trying to make me her pet or something, like, okay, that's weird. Well, okay, no thank you. I knew you couldn't trust that smile. Thornton with Regigigas was the last one, maybe? Or the protagonist with some legendaries, like Raikou. That one was I enjoyed. Then last year was Buzzwole, which is weird, not a legendary, but okay, sure. Ultra Beasts aren't legendaries. That was confirmed by the Pokemon Company. I mean, it doesn't have to be a legendary, I guess, to be in the BP, but it's just an odd one. Not that I'm complaining, it was an odd one. And Buzzwole, out of all the UBs and all the UBs not yet in the game, it was an odd one. It was an odd choice, but okay, sure, whatever. Yeah. Anyways, the BP, the Battle Point system, will also be adjusted, making points you earn reset each month, and main rewards each month will be a new sync pair. I have mixed feelings on this, and that's largely because we don't know what that will entail until it drops, right? I hope they're still giving those free, they aren't crazy good. Some of them were when they dropped. Morgan, I remember being solid. Evelyn was... She was good when she dropped, but at the same time, there wasn't a lot to be said during the first year of the game. It wasn't crazy. Her kit wasn't amazing even back then, but it was manageable, and she still had room to be utilized. And I cannot say the same at all now, sadly. In general, the BP units don't really feel usable in general. And, you know, that's probably largely due to certain game modes being hard now. But yeah, will they still be adding new BP units is my big question. Will they be removing the existing ones? And what do they mean by new sync pair? Does that mean like existing ones, or does that mean new BP ones like Evelyn and her sisters, etc.? New Battle Frontier characters. Will we finally get Brandon with Regirock, Regice, or Registeel, or Shiny Regigigas or something? I don't know. That'd be cool. That should be safe for a Signa suit or something for him, or a holiday unit. But definitely something I'd love. The Reggie King, he's got to get Regigigas at some point, even though he doesn't use it in the games. He does in the anime. I can't remember if he does in the manga. But it'd be cool to see him with a shiny too. Make him stand out more from the other two that have Regigigas. But anyways, yeah, I don't know what they mean by new sync pairs. Like, does that mean units we don't have that are available? For instance, these two, I don't have them. Would that be allowed? Or is it just brand new sync pairs in general? Or could it mean like the paid, whatever that's called, the paid units? What are the paid units called? What are they called? I don't have the game up. So I can't look it up. It's okay. I'll keep that. I had something else up. Sorry. Hold on a second. Let me bring up. I guess I'll bring up Pokemon Masters. Oh, of course, the game closed, and I have to load. Well, actually, you know what? New tab. Boop. Look how beautiful she is. Look at that beautiful art, too. I also probably would have given her the female one. They should have given her the female one, because there are plenty of other units that have the opportunity to get the male one. Such as the one guy. The one guy that gives you Basculegion and Legends Arceus. What is he called? What's his name? Wait. It does have gender differences, right? I'm not imagining that. Or is that Now I have to figure that out too. My God, oh my God. Oh, you get so many tabs open. Oh. Don't look if you don't want spoilers. Wait, no. Wait. Yeah, that Galar Hisui. Yeah, Basculegion. That's the shiny. Yes, okay, the blue one is the female. Yeah. Why wouldn't they give her the female? And what's his name? You know what? I can just... It's Cerebi. I can go anywhere to find information. There, Legends Arceus. Ow, my knee! Does it have characters, location, interaction, Diamond Clan, Pearl Clan? He was Diamond, I believe. And then the girl he liked was Pearl. Okay, they're not going to show all the characters. Okay, then. Noble Pokemon. Is that the ones? No, that's the bosses. Okay. God, it's been so long. I really want to play Legends Arceus again. Oh, Legendary rematches, Alpha, Pokemon New Evolution. Region characters. What? Okay. Warden's there. That's what I'm looking for, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. There's you, who's an ancestor of Clay. There's Arezu. Iscan, him! He gives you, yes, him. Grown close to Palina. That's her name. I was like, Pal, her name I was vaguely remembered. Yeah, see, look at there. He gives you Basculegion to ride around on, a male one. They should have given Arezu the female one. Since, unless they don't plan on him getting into the game, it makes sense for him to have Basculegion, right? It's just missed opportunity. There we go. Masters EX is finally loaded on my phone. But I could probably look for it here too. Problem is I don't remember what it's called. Events. Sync pair. Well, sync pair listings, I guess. Scouting. Is that it? That might be it. That sounds right. No. Never mind. That's not it. Yeah, no, that's not it. My God. My God. Why isn't it loading on my phone? Eggs. Also kind of useless, which sucks because I would very much love a lot of my favorite Pokemon to... I'd like to get a lot more favorite Pokemon in general in eggs, like Gardevoir, Hydreigon, and Pyroar, and Tyrantrum, but, you know, whatever. But to be fair, they really aren't good in general anyways. There we go, there we go, there we go, there are sync pairs, yes. How an Incineroar. Mixed Scouts, that's what it's called. The pay to win, the whale one. Yeah, this is exclusively for paid gems. It would be nice if they added old ones. That's all that time wasted to say that. Jesus. It's not my fault entirely this time. Stupid game is slow to load, even on a modern device. But yeah, could they add mixed scouts to this list? Old ones, preferably, obviously, right? They still gotta make money somehow and whatnot, right? Or is it gonna be brand new units, or is it gonna be units that are already in the game that people might not have anymore? 'Cause especially, I don't know if I've said this in a video or not before, but they really need to clean their pool in general. And there's an easy way to do it. I don't know why they haven't. For those that don't know what that means in terms of mobile gacha games and whatnot, cleaning a pool means, you know, cleaning the summoning pool. Okay. It's a hair dangling in my eye. God, I wish I could pull the game up on my computer. This would make things so much easier, but you can't. Ticket scouts, 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 ticket scouts. I don't know if it's gonna... I don't know if it's gonna be there or not. Alright, anyways, point being, General, yes. If you go to the game, you click on Ticket Scouts, you click on General. They have the region-exclusive tickets. There's a Kanto region, which showcases Sabrina with Alakazam, Erica, Leafeon, Misty, Vaporeon. There's the Johto one with Faulkner, Morty, and Chuck. There's the Hoenn one with everybody's lovely... camera up lady. God, my brain sucks. May and Sydney are there too. What's her name? Courtney! Jesus Christ, my brain sucks. Sinnoh has Lucian, the old lady with the hippo, and then Looker. Unova's got Ladora, and him, and Colress, and the Talonflame lady, and the double T rivals that people don't really like as much as some of the other ones and whatnot. Alola one, etc., etc., etc. Unlike a lot of other games, such as Fire Emblem Heroes, there is a way you could keep the pool clean while still allowing players to relatively easily get older units, right? Add old sync pairs, especially if they were Signa suits or Master Fairs or the lesser Master Fair. What is it? Oh my God, my brain just sucks so bad. Cynthia Garchomp isn't a Master Fair, but you could put her into the Sinnoh ticket summoning, right? EX Fairs. Oh my god, that's what they're called. Yes, EX Fairs. Currently, there's the ball guy with Hisuian Electrode and the wood guy from Paldea, Pseudo-Wudo guy, art plant guy, the Sunfloras and whatnot. They could easily add those to the ticket summoning, and that would help clean the pool up of the summonable units, and then it'd make pulling characters a lot easier in general. Point being, is that what they're gonna do? Is that what they mean by new units? Do they mean new units that you don't have, or is it brand new units that aren't in the game in general? And if it's units you don't have, that's good. If it's brand new units, honestly, that's kind of bad. Again, calling back to the BP units, they're not exactly great. They're not really viable with a lot of the game modes, unfortunately, because they can't hold their own, even when most of them are support units. The legendary ones, I believe all of them are supports. They just can't hold their own. They don't have... For the longest time, they didn't have EXs, which was very viable, especially when supports give a double buff to after they sync, right? And then currently they don't have, with the addition of EX, the extra slot, like Cynthia Garchomp's a strike tech unit. They don't have that. What's it called? The extra roll or whatever it's called. They don't have that, and it kind of makes them kind of just whatever. Hell, a lot of the old units, seasonal units like Serena and Whimsicott for Palantines, or Caitlyn and Sableye, they didn't have these EX. God damn it, my brain. God, I hate my brain. Why am I like this? Why can't I remember things? Let's make it so much easier. EX roll! Jesus! It's roll! They're roll cakes! My brain sucks. EX rolls! They don't have EX rolls. But like Cynthia and Garchomp's a strike tech unit, and Maxie over here is also a strike tech, I believe. Yeah, he's a strike, and then his roll is a tech. A lot of the BP units don't have that, and they just added them to older seasonals recently, and they're not good. Most of them on the ones I have are just not good. Like Caitlyn and Sableye, she got Field as her role. I'm like, that's not what she needs. She's not a field setter. It gives her more defensive stats. That's better, I suppose, but sprint would have been a lot better. It feels like they just threw a bunch of random rolls onto characters and they just don't make sense. And a lot of them are just kind of extra. Like, most of them are either supports or fields. Like, I don't think any of them are really techs or sprints. They don't feel right for the unit. May got strike support. That one works-ish, even though she changes typings to fighting type. May and Lot Bunny. It's just... A brand new sync pair each month sounds nice, but at the end of the day, I don't think they'll have an optimal kit to really be viable in the game. And that's the point I'm trying to make. And who else? Summer Steven, Strike Sprint. That one's pretty good. That one makes sense. Tech would probably be better, but Sprint's solid too. I really don't like that Serena got support. She can't defend herself. I like my supports to be defensive units. Jasmine got field as well. Christmas Jasmine. She definitely needed sprint. She didn't need field. Especially with how many electric strikes and tech pairs can already summon electric terrain. That really wasn't necessary. Yeah, there's so many. That's just weird. They're not necessarily inherently bad per se. It's just other ones would have been a lot more optimal. Serena probably could have been a better strike or sprinter with her tech kit. It's just... And... Yeah, the kits for brand new sync pairs, they're... The existing BP units already aren't great. They aren't really viable, and if they're doing a new one like that every month, I don't see that being good. Especially because they're also kind of lazy. Not all of them. The Chatlins did get different EX outfits, but Thornton didn't get a new EX outfit. We don't get EX outfits with our protagonists. We didn't get a buggy kind of color scheme with Buzzwole, or an electric one with Raikou, right? Yeah, okay, it's only Thornton. The rest are protagonists. Regirock, Cobalion, Mesprit, Registeel, yeah. But even the 4-star ones, they don't have different outfits. Bee, Bryson, Flint, they just have their basic kits. Phoebe and Sableye was a crime. That should have been a full-on unit because she Mega Evolves it. That's the whole thing there. That didn't deserve to be in the BP. It's just it feels too lazy and too easy, and that's not what we want. We want to see new units. That's my problem with a lot of the other types of units. The Mixed Scouts, again. That's my problem with what are those called? When they have, like, Lorelei and Cloyster, Bruno and Onyx, Lance and Dragonair, whatever those kinds of summonings are. Those aren't, they don't get alternate outfits for those either. It's just, that's part of the fun with Masters EX, is seeing characters in their in different costumes and stuff. That was part of the fun with the introduction of EX outfits back in, what, year 1, year 2, or early on in the game's life. And then we got the seasonals, and then you got anniversary seasonals and anniversary other things and all that. Part of the fun is seeing characters we love in different outfits to see how they can flavor them differently, right? It's just... that's the other aspect for why I'm hoping it's not just brand new units. One, it feels lazy in a creative standpoint, and two, they're just not going to be viable, good units. And maybe that's why they're making the game easier and getting rid of harder difficulty things. Let's talk about that. I talked way too long about the whole BP system. Sorry about that. When this was actually going to be the crux of my whole, this whole video. These are not hard. Those are not hard game modes at all. I don't know why they're saying... I don't know why they're getting discontinued. To make it easier to newer players. Those aren't hard game modes at all. They are far from hard. The hard story mode is probably the easiest thing in the game outside of, just playing the story itself, right? The Battle Villa, I used to love it when they had it on the monthly rotational, and they gave a lot of rewards. And then it was replaced by the Battle Rally, and that was convoluted, and it was too hard out the gate. I struggled a few times, especially when there was a boss that had you deal with... You had to have a support and sprint team, and just supports are not good at attacking. You can't have a purely defensive team going against those characters. Nowadays I can, but that's because I have a lot of characters. I'm a day one player, and I've invested in a lot of characters. I've got a lot of different characters of different varieties, so I can handle those sorts of things now. For a starting newer player, the Battle Rally is not going to be easy. And the Battle Villa was delegated to a side area. It's still available, and it's back to its original playstyle, basically, of just one and done. They don't give any more rewards out. There's some badges you can get. So get those before it's completely gone, such as complete up through Hall 30 in Battle using 0 or fewer full recoveries. That's not hard. It was when the game was young, but it's far from. It's super uber easy. Like it's not hard at all. Complete Hall 25 without a single sync pair being defeated. That's not hard at all. You could probably one-shot the entire Battle Villa, honestly, with Arizu. Just Arizu, because if she has other units on her team, it weakens her unit. She gets stronger when she's by herself or teammates have been knocked out. It's just... It feels so backwards. That's their reasoning to make it easier for newer players. They're getting rid of these two game modes that are honestly the easiest game modes in the game. The Legendary Arena is not too hard. It's fairly easy nowadays. It was a little difficult out the gate. But, Challenge the Strong. There are still some I cannot beat despite being a day one player and having various units. It was hell to beat. Yeah, speaking of Smiley Girl from earlier, it is Nina. That is Nita, not Nina. My apologies. Her. I have a maxed out Red and Articuno, maxed out Irida and Glaceon, and oh my god, I still couldn't beat it. It was stupid hard. And there's missions now with it. Oh, yeah, beat it with 3 ice pairs. I can't do that! I ended up beating it with non-ice pairs, I think. I think I used red with Pikachu, actually. The new 96th anniversary one. Noland I can't beat. Flying. And I have a solid flying type team. I have Arc Suit Ethan maxed out in Lugia. I have Blue Arc Suit with Mega Pidgeot at 1 out of 5. I still can't beat it. Giovanni with his Mewtwo. There's Nimona was okay. Leon was stupid easy. It was really, really easy. Lucy is difficult, but if there's easy ways to deal with it. Palmer was super difficult, but I managed to figure out how to do that. Annabelle was okay. Thorn was fairly easy. Derek was easy-ish. Master Royale was a little tricky. Donna's okay. Wally's difficult. Dahlia's I can't beat. I beat the Subway bosses, which is the most recent one. I don't think it's going to be the last one, because it seems like those are... They should have had a battle facility. I mentioned this before. Structured like the Champions Stadium, right? In that it gives out rewards on a weekly basis and by beating different battle facilities. Like maybe this month we have the Subway bosses, or next month it's Battle Shatlands, the month after that maybe it's the Hoenn Battle Frontier. Brandon's the quote-unquote champion, especially because early on, especially with the Battle Frontiers, they were pegged as being the most powerful trainers in the world. Like, half of them are on the level of the Elite Four or Champion. Like, most of them are on the level of Elite Four or the Champion. Brandon, the Pyramid King, he's the hardest character in all of Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Palmer, the hardest, well, outside of the random facilities that I hate because I hate randomness. with Thornton and Nolan. Those are the only two I probably have never been able to beat just because you can't use your own Pokemon with them. Because they're random. But Palmer, he's the strongest of the Sinnoh Battle Frontier, right? He's stronger than Cynthia with his Dragonite and his Rhyperior. And then at the gold tier, he's got legendaries like Regigigas and I think Heatran and Cresselia, maybe? Something to that effect. And then Brandon uses legendaries no matter what. He's got the Reggie Trio for his silver medal, and then for the gold medal, it's the Bird Trio. If I recall correctly. I don't think I've ever beaten Brandon either. Lucy might have been the only one I beat out of the Hoenn Battle Frontier, if I recall correctly. Maybe the double battle guy? Tucker? No. Maybe. Something of it. I don't know. But yeah, like... Point being... That should have been a whole separate game mode, and yet it feels like they're delegating the battle facility characters to being in the Challenge the Strong, which is weird. And honestly, this game mode is too difficult, even for day one players. Unless you are a whale and have money to throw around at the game, you're not beating them. No way in hell. So they're getting rid of the Battle Villa and the main story hard mode when they're easy, but they're keeping the Battle Villa. Or they're keeping the Challenge the Strong. And they're keeping the other most recent addition, the Paseo Towers. I actually like this a lot more than the Extreme Battles because it does start out relatively easy. It's a pain in the butt once you get to certain levels, especially when certain types favor certain playstyles. Like, I don't have any good physical flying types. I even got my Steven Rayquaza, who's a physical flying type, to 4 out of 5. I still can't beat it. I can't get past 20. Zygarde, I can't get past the special attack one because Zygarde can't cut it. But I have good physical dragons. Fairy type has no good physical fairy types, and it's all special based. There's 2 I beat, and I almost beat Poison. I'm on the last floor for Poison. Fighting I beat. Electric was easy with how many broken electric types there are. Fire I'm close to beating. There's no good physical water types. It's just... This one's a lot more fun, and there's a story around them. It gives a lot of gems and other good rewards. That's another thing. Challenge is strong. You get nothing. It's pointless to beat them. You get maybe 300 gems for beating them the first time, and then they've been doling out these... 300. Then they've been doling out these missions for early on ones, slowly adding to the later ones, that give 100 for each mission completed. That's just 600 gems in total from these. They ask you to bring your strongest, your A game, your S tier game to Masters EX, and half of them aren't beatable for me. God forbid a newer players. There is no way any of them are being challenged strong, and they don't dole out good enough rewards to warrant actually doing them. Unlike the Paseo Towers. Like, I don't want the Paseo Towers to go. It's actually fun. It's a decent challenge, and they give out good rewards. They give out good rewards weekly, outside of the large amount of gems you get for the first time playthroughs of each of them. It's just... They're getting rid of the Battle Villa completely. They already demoted it after the addition of the Rally, which I can beat it, but I still don't like it just because it still feels like a slog. They have added more rewards to it in recent months, and it's a little bit more manageable. You just have to beat it once within a month period, and then you get all the necessary rewards. But it still doesn't feel like it's as much as the battle... I don't remember the actual numbers, but I still feel like it's not as much as the Battle Villa gave when it was a monthly thing. And it's not a hard game mode. Rally is arguably harder. this isn't hard, and it feels like a lie. It feels like either I hate that word. I hate the word excuse. I hate it so much. It feels like that in a lie that they're saying they're making the game easier for newer players when they have all these other much harder game modes. I don't want to be toxic or rude or anything. It's just it makes no sense, right? That's the thing. It doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. They want to make it easier for newer players, and yet they have all these other harder game modes than these two things. It's just it doesn't make sense at all. And I've tried to be respectful, and I did leave a comment in the not feedback, or yeah, feedback, something to that effect. Contacting the support, I was like, I tried to be as polite as I possibly could. And I was like, this doesn't add up. I'm not going to judge you on the decisions, but it doesn't add up when there's all these other harder game modes. And it's not really hurting anything that these exist. It really doesn't. It makes no sense. Champion Stadium's arguably harder than both of them. But I like the Champion Stadium, and I'm max points every time. Just doesn't make sense. The high score events, I hate those because I didn't want a competitive thing in Masters EX. Because only whales are going to win that stuff. And that's arguably harder than both of those. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense that due to making it easier for newer players, they're getting rid of these and they will be discontinued. Maybe I'm making too big of a deal out of it, but it feels wrong. And I mean, I thought there was a story surrounding the Battle Villa, but I guess there wasn't. When I look into it, there's not an option to see a story. But, like, it is still a cool and fun little thing to do every once in a while. Even though I already got all the rewards. And yeah, I can one-shot this with really any team. But then, yeah, when it was in a monthly rotation, they even had a special Halloween version of it. Where the background and the music changed to be... It was all ghostly purpley and stuff to fit Halloween. I suggested, hey, it'd be cool if you made a Christmas version of this, or a summer, when it was the monthly rotation, the Battle Villa. But that obviously didn't happen. It would have been a cool idea, but they didn't. It's fine. Whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just making too big of a deal out of it. It just doesn't add up, and I don't want to see these things go because the main story really doesn't do much, but at the same time, like, it gives gems to newer players. Same with the Battle Villa. It gives gems to newer players, and there's still fun game modes that aren't hard by any degree. So I don't know why they're getting rid of them. Outside of, I guess, hard mode didn't have... Yeah, there's none in the Ark. There's none in the Arceus Ark. Which I thought was weird. I do remember thinking that. None of the Arceus Ark has hard mode battles. So they've probably been planning this for a while. Maybe it's just that they're like, they don't want to put the effort and work into it because it's like, which is fine. It's fine if that's why. I'm not saying it's lazy, but if it's more work and stuff, and it's more data and information stuff they have to work on, and it's taking up more storage space on your device. Sure, but don't lie about it. Don't lie and say it's because they're too hard. But maybe I'm making too much of a big deal of it. Sorry if I am. But that's just my thoughts and opinions on it. And if you want to... I'm going to record them I'll probably try to use my Protagus as much as possible with this. I want to do at least 2 or 3 run-throughs of the Battle Villa with just one team, just to show how easy it is. Like, I want to, obviously, for fun, use some of the more busted ones, like the entire Kanto trio. Red with Articuno, Moltres and Leaf, and Zapdos with Blue, which were all, by the way, given free earlier this year. They're not available now for free, sadly, but, you know, if you signed in within that time, you have those characters. And even at their base kits, they could probably one-shot the entire Battle Villa. But doing that, or like the team I ran early on was Leaf with Venusaur, Red and Charizard, Blue and Blastoise. Or you got, I also like to use Lugia and Ethan, Suicune and Chris, Lyra and Celebi. So I'll probably try to do some Battle Villa runs like that before it ends. But, yeah. If you want to get the gems for them, do them now before September rolls around. If you want to experience them before they're gone, now's the time to do it. I think that's about it. It's just sad. It's not like it's a super major deal. It's sad. It makes me sad because I enjoyed them, or at least the Battle Villa. So that's about it for now. Sorry if I was complaining too much. Hopefully I didn't seem too weird or anything. It's just I try not to be. I really try not to be in videos because I'm all about spreading good and happy feels and fun times and stuff, right? I'm all about smiling and laughing and trying to make all of you laugh and smile in whatever it is I do. Whether you're laughing at me or with me. That's why I became a content creator to begin with, and I don't like to do negative videos too much. But if I have an opinion, that maybe I feel like I should talk about, then maybe I'll voice it. I don't know. Yeah. Alright, she. Yeah. She just wants attention, probably. Oh, look at that. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, I should definitely end it now. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments if you agree or disagree and whatnot. I hope you have a lovely day and evening, and again, make sure you check them out. Get all the gems you can out of them and badges and whatnot out of them before they expire. And did I already say? Whether I did or didn't, have a lovely day and evening. And until next time, whatever it is I may do, I hope to see you then. Farewell. Also, do you like Kit Kats? Sure, why not? Let me know if you watched the video all the way through. Tell me if you like Kit Kats in the comments below if you watched all the way through. I don't know. Alright, goodbye. For real this time. Goodbye, farewell, until we meet again.